What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm back. Yeah, I decided to go live because a lot of people have been talking crazy in the comment section. So I dropped the screen yard link. So anybody want to come and talk to me, then come and talk to me. I won't disrespect you. I won't cut you off. I will let you actually speak. So I know a lot of people get mad at me when I say in my videos. Plus, hey, hold on, let me see. This is my first time going live, so I'm still trying to learn how to operate this screen yard thing. Yes, because this is a video everybody mad at me about. Hold on, where is it? I'm about to find it. Let me see. This one. Hold on. Here you go, right here. Right quick. Hold on, right quick. If you're thinking about coming to yellow, stay away from the negative people. Because all they do is run up and say, it's a shit show, it's a shit show, it's a shit show. They'll be on the biz in 2 years. Yeah, but you still here. You've been here 20, 30 to 40 years. You still here. All you do is whine and crying about what happened in 2008 when y'all lost that 15%. Or you sit there whining and crying about how good your company was before Yellow bought. Before Yellow bought Rollway, New Penn, Redaway, or Harlan, we was the best thing in the world. Why you here? Because of the pension. Yeah, but turn around and say the pension is non-existent. Yellow don't fund the pension. You only get 25% of the pension. Shut up and stop crying. All you do is whine and cry on Facebook. Get together. They say misery love company. Yeah, all the old people at Yellow, they get together and they love the company. They miserable. You suck. Your life sucks. And you know everything about you sucks. Quit if you hate it so much. Peace. Yeah, that's the video they mad at me about. They keep leaving all these threatening emails and talking noise to me about. I don't know why. Now they say that video. They say, "Hey, it didn't age well. It didn't age well. It didn't age well." I guess yeah, that's the truth of that because what they said came true. Y'all did go out of business, so I guess they was right, and I was wrong. I can admit that I was wrong on that part. Yeah, they did go out of business, so I was wrong on that one. But other than that, I was right because a lot of those guys they stayed here 20, 30, and 40 years waiting on the company to take care of them, depending on the pension. But what? Then what? So anyway, if anybody want to come up here, you can come up here. You can talk to me. I know you. A lot of you guys talk crap in the comment section. Like I said, you come up here, I'll let you speak. I dropped the link in the comment section. Let me see. Did I drop it? Yep, the link is in the comment section. So you don't come on screen yards. Come up here. You don't have to show your face or anything. You can just have a blank screen, just a voice. You don't have to show your face. And whatever I said that you didn't like, you can debate me on it. You can debate me on it. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem on debating about it. Like I said, I won't disrespect you. I won't talk crazy to you. I won't do none of that. You come up here. Yeah, so but I know you a lot of you guys say, hey, why you never talk about the upper management? The upper management ruined Yellow. But I agree with that. I said the upper management ruined Yellow. But what I said was if I had to give a percentage on it, I said 70 to 80% upper management and 20 to 30% the driver's fault. Come on, let's be honest. A lot of those trucks are tore up because of the drivers. A lot of those trucks, they stole like the Peterbilt sign. They stole the Peterbilt sign off of it. Upper management do that. The drivers did it. So now don't get mad at me because I come up here and speak the truth. And then I told you guys, I said, Mr. O'Brien gonna put you all out of job. And I said that before the insurance issue came up, before Yellow missed the insurance payment, or hold on, what they say? Oh, best of luck, man. Hope you land on my feet. I will, man. I'll land on my feet. I will. But anyway, I told you guys, Mr. Brown was going to put us all out of business. And the first thing you guys did was calling me a scab or calling me a company man. They said, hey, Yellow must have paid you to make these videos. Yellow must have paid you to make these videos. No, Yellow didn't pay me to make anything. But Yellow signed my check just like he signed yours. Just like it. I bet guarantee your check says YRC just like mine. Is Yellow over for good? Or are they getting bailed out by their bankruptcy? I don't know. I seen the those guys own 40, I think 45% of Yellow now, and I think the government owns 30. So I don't know. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Now, if they reopen, would I go back? Yeah, I go back to Yellow. I ain't gonna lie, because I haven't found nothing yet. Because I guess when I put on my application, they say I'm part of Yellow, and they see the union, they don't want to hire me. So I'm out of luck just like everybody else. So I don't know. But anyway, I told you guys Mr. Bryant was gonna put us out of business. Yeah, the stock had rise. It risen a lot, and I'm part of the stock program. I buy a lot of stock because y'all take money out of my check, and I get a 15% discount because y'all take it out of my check to buy the stock. So I have a whole bunch of yellow stock that I cannot sell because they have unlocked it. So when it goes up, I can't sell it. When it goes down, I cannot sell the stock. So I call Fidelity, and I was hoping can they unlock it, but they said no, they can't do it. The yellow have to release it. But anyways, we'll see. But like I said, anybody want to come up here and talk about yellow? You can. Like I said, I'm gonna drop it again in the chat. Where is that? There you go. Like, this is my first time using StreamYard, so I already know how it works. But anyway, yeah, I told you when Mr. Bryant put that tombstone of yellow name, I went up under the comment section on Facebook and I said, that's a bad idea because all you're gonna do, you're gonna run the customers away. You're gonna run all the customers away when they see that. All they see was two people fighting, two big old egos, Mr. Hawkins and Mr. Brown fighting online. That's all the people see. So they're going to recognize and get rid of the union. Yeah, I hope they do get rid of the union because I'm not a fan of the union. And I say it all the time, like, hey, how you work for a company, you're not a fan of the union. Easy. Just like how you work for a company for 30 or 40 years and you hate it so much. You get up in the morning, you sit on the side of the bed and lay your head down like, dang, I don't feel like going to work. That's the same reason. Like how you do that, the same reason I can work for a union. Yellow, and it's a union. Anyways, Oklahoma is a right to work state, so I don't have to be a part of the union to work for Yellow and still have the same representation of the union. So there's no big issue. Well, dang, that's a lot. But yeah, there's no issue. But yeah, like you got like I said, I told them. Then that strike was the last straw when Walmart, Home Depot started pulling their freight back, and Uber took them off their brokers list. I was like, man, we done for. We done for. When all this happened, I was actually in the DR. I was in the DR from the 11th to the 17th. It was me and my wife. It was like 12 of us. It was a couple. Was in the DR. So when we got back, I heard the news because I wasn't even here. I was in the DR, and where I was, we didn't really get cell phone signal that well, and I wasn't trying to check on my Facebook. But anyway, and I got back and I heard it like, yep, I was right. The union ruined another company. What's the purpose of a union in 2023? What? Because all the LTL union companies are the lowest paid. They are the lowest paid in all. So what's the purpose of the union in 2023? Hold on. Should I get my Twitter? Yeah, you should. I mean, it won't hurt nothing at all if you get it. Like I don't have mine though, to be honest. I don't have it. I think it's the same process if you get your hazmat, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't have mine. I need it though. I know you need it to get on military bases and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly how that works. I don't know exactly how that works. But anyways, yeah, like I said, anybody want to come up here? Because there's a lot of hate in the comment section. People like they saying, "Oh, you like you're a scab company man." Another guy said, "Hey, since Yellow signed your paycheck and you want to talk negative about it, how about I just pay you and you don't you can say whatever I tell you to say." I said, "Pay me. I tell you what I say whatever you want me to say. Send that check here. Pay me, sir, since you're trying to be a smart ass." But anyways, but it's all gravy. Yeah, but like I said, I appreciate you all coming through. I really don't know how this thing works. Like I said, this is my first time using it. If anybody want to come up here, you can. I don't even know how to look. I guess you'll pop up on the screen, but post it again. So yeah, like like I said, I told it's hard. It's gonna be hard for union employees to get a job. Be honest, I filled out like 5 or 6 applications Monday. The only person who hit me back was Estes. Estes hit me back for their hub combo driver position. But I think I messed up on the application. He just told me to redo it, but he was the only person to hit me back. So other than that, I don't know. It's cool. But yeah, I told you guys this whole thing is bad. We got all these people out of a job because two egos. Then a lot of the people come and say, "Hey, Yellow got that $700 million loan. They wasted away." Yeah, that's true. But let's be honest. Let's talk about Central State got that $35.8 billion to bail them out, but nobody said anything about that. Nobody said anything about the union got that $35.8 billion to bail them out because they'll be out of money in 2025. Why nobody talking about that? No, but I guess it's more easy to just trash Yellow. Oh, you must be a Yellow employee. You love Yellow. Yeah. Yeah, Yellow's cool. I bought my own house, Yellow. I learned a lot from Yellow. So you think you're gonna try to embarrass me? I try to trash me because I like Yellow, because I don't say nothing negative about Yellow. I'm not going to. But I will say something negative about the damn union because I do not like the union. What's the purpose of a union in 2023? Estes make more than us. Saya make more than us. I know, man. Why is no one talking about that $36 billion pension fund bailout? Nobody talking about that. Nobody talking about that bailout. Everybody keep talking about that 700 million Yellow got, but nobody talking about that. That $36 billion bailout by the Teamsters. I don't understand that. Hold on. What'd you say? I already going to fail. I don't nobody know that. The tweet posted. No. No, this is before. This is before anything. This is for this is for before all that even happened. Mr. O'Brien put that tombstone on Facebook before anything negative came out of the media. Because Mr. Sean O'Brien released everything negative about Yellow. Mr. O'Brien released it. That tombstone, Yellow running out of money, Yellow's a dead company, Yellow's all that stuff negative. Mr. O'Brien released it first. Then Mr. Hawkins went on Fox News to try to defend himself, but be honest, he didn't do a good job. He ain't do himself no justice. He kind of helped Mr. O'Brien out when he tried to defend himself. So yeah, so I don't know. It's the whole thing is crazy for me. So now all is out of the job, and everybody, you look at everybody's YouTube videos, they say, oh, Yellow driver lost all their pension and all off their health insurance. Technically, we don't lose our health insurance. I think the Sunday morning. It lasts to Sunday. Sunday morning, we lose our health insurance. And a lot of those guys, they still have their pension. Now, is it a full pension? No. Me, I don't have a pension because I haven't been here 5 years. You have to be here 5 years to be full invested. And I haven't been here 5 years yet, so I don't have a pension. So, yeah. Let me see. Man is going to bail out Yellow. I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to bail out Yellow or not. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so because there's a lot of people could still get a job because a lot of people, like I said, they work for a union, and a lot of those other companies don't want to hire a lot of union drivers. Now they'll hire one or two, but when it comes to like 5 or 6 or 7, no, they're not hiring you. It's too many. It's too many union. They think you're gonna turn their company union, so they're not gonna do that. So I don't think. So I'm hoping they bail out Yellow for a lot of people get their job back. Oh, that's the hope, but we'll see. We'll see exactly how it works. You said Roadway had very little debt in 2003 before they merged. Yeah, I heard that. Be honest, I'm not gonna sit there and lie. I heard Roadway was doing well. I heard Roadway was one of the top LTLs company back then. Like I don't know exactly because the 2003 I was still in high school, so I don't know exactly how everything went down in 2003 because I was in high school. I wasn't even thinking about trucking back in 2003, but I did hear Roadway was ahead of the game when it comes to technology. They were doing a lot of stuff before other LTLs picked up on it. So, but I do think I got to be honest on this screen and say I do believe Yellow actually ruined Roadway. I will say that. Now I will say that. I'll go ahead and admit that. I think Yellow did ruin Roadway. And I don't know about Holland and Redaway. I don't know nothing about New Pen. Yeah, you said yep. Roadway was a solid company. I heard it. All I hear is nothing but positive things, and I did research about it, about Roadway. And Roadway, I heard they wasn't that much in debt. I heard they were doing pretty good. So I don't know how they fail. No, but anyway, I don't understand why Yellow didn't merge all the companies way back before 2008 happened when they had all that money. When they bought, I think they bought Roadway '03 and they bought Holland in '05. Why did they merge them all together in '06? Why would they wait till they ran out of money to try to merge all the companies together? That's the problem I think they ran into. And why they ain't try to merge all the companies together when they in 2020 when they got that $700 million loan. So I don't get that part. So that's why I say I blame the company 70 to 80% because that's stupid. When you first got all that money, when you first got that $700 million loan, I understand you bought a whole bunch of trucks and trailers because yes, Yellow needed it. You ever drove those orange and blue trucks? Yeah, they was a piece of crap. Yeah, they was a piece of crap. So Yellow really needed new equipment. But I don't understand why they ain't merge it then. Why did they wait till the money start running low, then start to merge it? Then all you doing is start rushing it. But I guess everybody played Yellow bluff because everybody kept saying, "Hey, Yellow do this every 5 years, every contract year. Yellow do this. They say they don't got no money. They say they're gonna close down." Everybody played that bluff. Look what happened. We all out of a job. Now it affected me too, but luckily for me, I had enough money saved up that I can go 2 months without working. I'm not saying I am gonna go 2 months without working, but I can go 2 months without working. They can what? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, they couldn't because of union work rules. So union work rules stop them from merging. That what you saying? I guess I don't know. I work for Saya. They won't even hire a yellow driver, which is messed up. Yes, they won't hire a yellow driver. I put an application for Southeastern, right? Old Dominion. Soon I ain't gonna lie, I put in 3 applications for Old Dominion and 3 different email addresses. And all of them, the following day, they said, "Hey, we decided to move on for your applications. We going." I like, man, you ain't even you didn't look at nothing. How you know you didn't call me for an interview? You asked me how my driving history. He asked me nothing. They say, "Hey, we decided to look for another application." I'm like, man, that's kind of messed up. You gonna do me like that? What'd you say? Can't say anything about it, Jay. Yeah. So the whole thing is crazy. Like I said, if anybody on here who work for Roadway, you could jump on here. Like I said, I'm gonna drop the screen yard again, and you can tell me about it because I have no clue about Roadway. But I heard Roadway was a good company, and you don't have to show your face. You can just be a avatar or something. Show your face and let me know. So I don't know. Hold on. Let me see. No, anybody on here. Yeah. So, like I said, it any of those union drivers, you all can come over here. I know you guys hate me. You guys are releasing my address. You said you're gonna essay my wife. They actually said I was banned from Memphis. They said you better not come back to Memphis. You better not come back from Memphis. I'm like, dude, what? I'm like, dude, you guys see me all the time. The same thing I say online, the same thing I say in the break room, the same thing I say in the dispatch office with everybody else. Ain't like it's nothing new. Like I said, only 2 people actually said something to me, actually debating me. Actually, they didn't say nothing aggressive. They debated me on what I said, and we had a nice conversation. Did the management take a picture pay cut? What? I thought probably a pay cut. He said pitch cut. No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I don't think so. They did. Be honest, we're a capitalist society, and you know the managers not. They're gonna look out for themselves first, and they're gonna look out for the shareholders before they look out for me and you. Sadly, but that's true. They don't care about us. They don't care about nobody. And I don't think Teamster care about us either. Nobody. Because when Yellow went out of business, what's Teamster doing? I called down to the union hall and she's like, "Hey, we not a hiring hall here, so we can't find you a job. But I can tell you this. You could apply at this place. It ain't gonna be much money you can work for much money you made at Yellow, but if all right, I like then you put us out of work and you can't find me no here. Yeah, she's like, I'm sorry, there's not that many union jobs in Oklahoma City. I like, man, that sucks. I said, never mind. I said, don't worry. But I said, thanks anyway. I was respectful because it had nothing to do with her. So what? Yeah, it had nothing to do with hers, but it was cool. But like I said, anyone you guys, you can come up here because a lot of people were talking mad stuff in the comment section. And they were writing these long, long, long paragraphs. I said, man, I'm not responding to that. If I didn't respond to you, because I'm not about to respond for no 2 or 3 paragraphs. I'm not about to write no 2 or 3 paragraphs to each person that actually comment in my on my post or on my videos. I'm not going. I'm not going to do that. Yellow ball roadway in 2003. God damn it, moved. Yellow ball roadway to this is what you're talking about before they bought them. Yeah, that's true. So, but anyways, yeah, but all those guys who had something to say, and this lady, she took it personal. She started calling me all type of names. She said her husband worked at Roadway for not Roadway, but Yellow for 28 years. She said, you said my husband sucks. I said, I wasn't actually talking about your husband. I was just talking in general about the negative people. If your husband was negative, I wasn't talking about him. But she took it personal. She said, I was glad I'm glad they released your address. You caused this on yourself. You should did all this, do that. I like, man, that's kind of messed up. It don't matter. That's my opinion. So my opinion don't matter. So only your opinion matter. You think everybody at Yellow, not Roadway, everybody at Yellow think exactly the same? No, they do not. For some reason, people think they do. But the problem is when you go in the dispatch office, it's like an echo chamber. Everybody state the same thing, and if somebody new, if they say something, they're gonna attack them. And a lot of people are non-confrontational, so they're not gonna say anything. They're gonna sit there and listen. That's why I got pulled aside a lot. Like, yeah, man, that's true. I seen your video on TikTok. I agree with you 100%. I'm like, but why you didn't say nothing in there? Why you didn't, even though I ain't need your help, you could have just backed me up. I just said something. That way they can understand I ain't the only person that believes that the union sucks in 2003. Now, I understand I understand why the union exists to stop company. Let me ask you this, Jay. What you doing better? What I doing better at Snyder? Oh, good question. What I doing better at Snyder? No, I would not. I ain't gonna sit down and lie. Snyder sucks. I'm making $300 a week, maybe four at the most. Most of the time it was like 325. One time, only one check was probably like 450. But most of the time it was like 325. So what I doing better at Snyder? No. So when I came to Yellow, it was different. So $300 a week to making like 15 to 16, $1,700 a week is a big difference. Now, those two companies, they are ran totally different. Snyder, everything is self-dispatch. It's on a tablet. You don't need all those dispatches and everything. When I came to Yellow, everything is paper. I never filled out so much paper in my life. Your dispatch paper, your what else paper? When you sign out paper, when you sign in it's paper, everything is paper at Yellow. Everybody signing, they wonder about Yellow falling. Hold on, what is UPS and Cisco about? Yes. Hold on. Yes. I used to work at UPS. I was a security guard at UPS from 2013 to 2020. I did it part-time. So UPS is by me. Cisco is like I live in Edmond. I don't know if you guys familiar with the Oklahoma City area. I live in Edmond and Cisco is in Norman. So that's like a 45-minute drive with traffic, like an hour. So that's too far. But yes, UPS is by me. But the problem with UPS when I was working there, they told me I had to swing some boxes, start at the bottom before I can drive. They said they don't hire truck drivers. They only hire from one end. So I want to be a truck driver. I had to swing some boxes and work my way up. I said, no, at this age, I don't want to do that. Especially at the time, UPS wasn't paying nothing. So I didn't want that. As a manager at Yellow, we took a 50% pay cut. Oh, hold on. Oh, so management took a 15% pay cut as well? I did not know that. I thought only the way they make it sound like only the drivers and the dock workers took a 15% pay cut. When these guys talk, they said only the drivers did, and they lost all their money. They said they lost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I said, but hey, regardless, you voted for that. You can't get mad on something you voted for way back then. So they voted on that in 2008. So I don't know exactly. I wasn't here, so I don't know exactly how it happened because I wasn't here. But I know if a lot of those guys would have stood tall, like they did in 2023, maybe it wouldn't have happened. But no, that ain't gonna happen. Should have. Hold on. We all took a pay cut. Oh, I didn't know that. Hold on. I didn't want to go to. Why do I have to go to another company? I didn't want to go to another company. I actually liked Yellow. I wanted to stay there. I was hoping it survived. I was hoping for the one yellow phase. I don't understand why people didn't want that. The one phase that was going to merge all their companies together and to compete with the rest of the LTL companies, right? But a lot of drivers didn't want that. It wasn't just about working the dock. A lot of people live like an hour and a half away from the terminal, and they didn't want to be home every day. I was like, to attract the new drivers, nobody want to be gone 3 or 4 days at a time. I guess it depends on your region. I know, and with my region, they can keep you out 4 days. This other region, they can keep you out 3 days. So nobody want to be gone 4 days at a time. But people don't understand that. People don't understand at all. Like, what young person in 2023 want to be gone? But like, hey, you got the cell phone. You can video chat your wife or your girl. Yeah, but that's different than actually touching somebody. Actually seeing your kids' basketball game, seeing your kids grow, especially if you got young kids and you young. I know a lot of you guys, the older guys, didn't care. Like, my wife had a baby back in this last year in October. And I'll tell them I'll ask them how to take off. And he told me, I had all my kids on the road. Why do you want to be there? I was like, bro, that's you. Because you had all your kids on the road, you wasn't there. That don't mean I don't want to be there for my kids' birth. So no, that's you, bro. That's why you've been married 3 to 4 times. That's why. Hold on, what? The guy took a pay cut. Then I don't know. Hold on. Yellow should have. Uh, in reality, Yellow should have went bankrupt until 20 years ago. I mean, probably. I mean, like I said, I wasn't here 20 years ago. I mean, to be honest, 20 years ago, yeah, they probably should have. Be honest, I ain't gonna sit down a lot. Like I said, I'm trying to be honest as possible. Like, if any one of you guys want to come up here, like I said, it got a link. Like I said, 20 years ago, you might be right. They probably should have went bankrupt 20 years ago. I don't know. I wasn't here 20 years ago, but let's be honest. Yellow is the king of wasting money. Hello, you said. Hello, you had all your kids on the road, bro? No, that ain't me. That ain't me. You had all your kids on the road? No, man, my wife would have killed me. I probably been divorced right now. Especially after the second one, if I'd have missed it. No, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. No, but for real, Yellow is the king of wasting money. Let me explain. In Oklahoma City, when I pull up, right? When I pull up to Oklahoma City, I'll pull up to a pad. Then when I get there, I'll pull my parking brake. I start filling out my paperwork. I have one hostler jump out. He started lowering the landing gear. The other hostler goes to the back trailer, start lowering the landing gear. And the other hostler start hooking the chain and stuff in between the dolly. Then I pull out, and it's another hostler actually pull and actually grab my set and break it apart. So that's 4 people doing a one-person job. They could have paid me to do that. So imagine it's 4 people they doing that. I worked at FedEx Freight before I came in Yellow. And FedEx Freight hub in Oklahoma City is way bigger than the Yellow hub in Oklahoma City. And they only had 3 hustlers. Yellow got 6. And they moved less freight than at FedEx Freight. So I don't understand that. Are you sure they are your? Are you sure they are your? Yes, I ain't gone that much, bro. So I'm very sure. I'm very sure they mine. At least I hope. If they not, it's too late now. I grew a bond with them, so they mine now. They mine now. I understand that's the work rules. I understand that. But let's be honest, they wasting a lot of money. And this is another way they waste money. If they call you, right? Let's say they call you at 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. at noon, and they tell you be here at 2, right? 2 o'clock. And you get there, and your set ain't ready. So you're asking, like, what my set ain't ready? It's the dock behind? Like, no, a couple of hustlers call in. Instead of 6 hustlers out there, there's only 2. So they behind right now. So I asked, hey, can I go out there and hook my own set? No, you hook your own set, they're gonna file agreements on you. I like, but why I can't hook my own set? To me, that's very stupid. So you gonna pay me that I don't mind it. I took the money. I ain't gonna lie. I said, but you gonna pay me 3 hours to sit here while they hook my set at $26, 26.38, I believe. That's how much it costs. 26 something. So you gonna pay me. I like, so you gonna pay me 26 something dollars per hour to sit here in this dispatch office, and I could have went out there and hooked my own set. So basically, you double paying. You paying me to wait till they hook my set for 3 hours, and you paying them to hook my set. Now, how does that make sense? Now you losing a lot of money doing that. Hold on. I'm not gonna lie. I'm mad I didn't get a chance to work at Yellow. Work for Yellow. I mean, if you'd have worked at Yellow, Kobe, that's my favorite basketball player too. No, if you'd have worked at Yellow, you would have been lazy. Cause that lazy bug actually went on me. Cause I worked at Yellow, dude. When I went to Yellow, I was like 225, in between 220, 225. Then I jumped up to 248 working at Yellow because I didn't do anything sitting in that truck. So one day I went, remember my wife went to go get life insurance. Then we know we had to take the blood test and detect your cholesterol, check your weight. Then it came back. They said, hey, we can't give you a 30-year term. We can only give you a 20-year term. He said, because you all considered obese. I'm like, I'm obese. I said, I'm 6'3", 246. I said, I'm not that big. It was like, yeah, you're obese. Ever since then, when he told me that, I started going to the gym. I got myself a jump rope. When I parked, I started jumping rope all day long. That way I can lose weight. So if you want to come to Yellow, be prepared to be lazy like all the rest of the drivers here because they don't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything. New drivers to Yellow. New driver to Yellow, and it made me never want to work for you. Hold on. You know what, Sam? I heard this from a lot of people. A lot of people say the same thing, especially on TikTok. They said it left a bad taste in their mouth that they would never want to work for another union company again. And it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth too. I don't want to work for another union company again. I don't know if all union companies like that, but I know I don't want to work for the Teamsters again because I say Mr. O'Brien, he got an ego problem. Somebody got, I'm sorry, I'm bringing you in. I see you. No, my bad, bro. I was running my mouth. I didn't even see you, Dave. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. What you got to say? I'm gonna listen now. I'm gonna shut up.
Man, I've been with Yellow for 15 years. My father retired from Roadway. It was a solid company.
Okay.
I was retired from the United States Marine Corps.
Okay.
I have nothing bad to say about the union. What I do have something to say about is, why in the hell would you buy a solid company and run it in the ground like Holland, Roadway, New Penn, Redway? You know, why do they want to merge everything?
I think at the time, I believe Yellow was trying to they were trying to take over the market. That's why they stopped buying all those companies because they didn't just buy companies. I read an article. They didn't just buy companies in the United States. They bought a whole bunch of companies all over the world. And kind of bit them in the butt. Yeah, you said Roadway was a solid company. Like when Roadway was around, I was young. I don't know nothing about Roadway.
Yeah, Roadway was one of the best companies out there next to CF, you know. And then CF went out of business and Roadway was the next one in line, you know. But
so this CF went out of business before Yellow bought Roadway? I'm not for sure.
oh yeah. CF went out of business, I believe, late 90s, if I'm not mistaken.
So CF was a good company as well?
Oh, absolutely. Now, the way the economy's going, this is all politics. I believe Apollo Management Company is going to bail out Yellow in their bankruptcy. And Yellow is going to start back up because they're going to liquidate their assets under this bankruptcy.
So you think they gonna think Yellow gonna start back up under the Yellow name, or you think they're gonna change their name?
No, it's going to be under the same name, but it's going to be under different management.
Oh, okay. I mean, different. Oh, so you think Mr. Hawkins gonna be out? They're gonna kick him out. They're gonna send one of their managers to take over it.
I'm thinking somewhere along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I
I
mean,
don't think it's the end of the line for Yellow. I mean, do you realize what the impact it would have on the economy and I mean just everything?
yes, I understand that. Yeah, yes. At one time, Yellow was the biggest carrier in buying other LTL companies.
It
This is
still
true.
is one of the biggest carriers.
Yeah,
You know?
true, true. Still is. That's true. Yep.
Yeah.
So you, I mean, so you was a line haul driver?
Yeah. Out of Richfield, Ohio.
I know. I've been to Ohio. I never been that far. Have you ever been to Oklahoma City? Oh, you never been down
No,
that far.
no, I haven't been down that far with Yellow. No, I haven't.
Oh, so you do you think it's 100% the manager's fault, or if
Yeah,
you
it's management. Yeah, I mean, you look back where in 2008, to where we all took a pay cut, and everything, and our benefits were hit, this and that. Tell me one time you've ever heard of management or anybody else taking a pay cut.
I mean, a manager's on here. He said they took a 15 pay cut too.
No,
Somebody
they
in the chat.
didn't.
I'm
No,
just
they
telling what he
didn't.
said. I'm not for sure. I don't know.
No, they didn't.
I'm gonna see can I find that comment. Hey,
I
Sean,
mean,
you on here?
look at the upper echelon of the company that had stock and everything. They've already dumped their stock.
Yeah, that's true. They were dumping their stock
Yeah.
way before. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Bink at? Why isn't Bink on here?
Oh no, I didn't tell Bink I was going live. That's why I didn't tell Bink. Yeah, I didn't tell Bink I was going live because I wasn't planning on going live until people start saying some crazy stuff in the comment section. So I
Yeah,
said,
they're gonna say that, no matter what you do.
that's why I said, hey, you can come up here and talk to me. Tell me, I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm not gonna cut you off. I ain't gonna kick you down. You can say whatever you want to say, even if I agree with it or I don't agree with it. I'm not gonna kick you down. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Also, so you actually liked the Yellow? It didn't bother
Oh
you?
yeah. Oh yeah. I have no problem with Yellow. I mean, I don't like we make less than others and this and that, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt, to get up with ABF and UPS and this and that. But I mean, look at the economy across the board. I mean, hell, you can look at Old Dominion right now. They're taking losses. Saia taking losses. Everybody's taking losses right now. So I mean, why everybody's hating on Yellow? I mean, hey.
I mean, that is true. Mostly all I'll say Freightway T-Force took a bad loss in it last quarter.
Yeah. I mean, look at Old Dominion. They've taken 23-24% loss. Across the board, everybody's taking losses.
Yeah, it said if Yellow come back, it will be after 60 days under a new name and management, and that is soon they can do away with the. I think they could do away with the union. You don't think so?
No, they can't do that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I heard a company had to be closed for 2 years to do that. I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't know everything.
They can't come back under the same name. They can't use their assets or none of that shit. I mean, even if an individual had the money to buy Yellow, and all their facilities and trucks and everything, the union would have a lot going on all that. I do believe.
Yeah, I think the union, 22,000 jobs in the union, I think they would have something to say. I do believe they have something to say with that too. Because they're like, hey, you shut down, all these people lost their job. Now you want to reopen and now you're trying to kick the union. Yeah, I think they have something to say.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. Hey, so a lot of people are saying that all you guys actually lost your pension. Do you believe they lost their pension? I don't think so.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, it could because Central State controlled the pension, not Yellow. Now, I think the contribution will be it won't be fully full. So
see, Central States is an insurance company. Okay. Pension fund, insurance company.
I didn't know that.
That is affiliated with the Teamsters. The Teamsters offers Central States. Okay. Right
Okay.
or wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Why everybody's blaming however many billions of dollars, they didn't bail the union out with billions of dollars. They bailed Central States, an insurance company, out.
Okay.
I mean, look it up, check it out. I mean,
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, I didn't. I thought Central State was like connected to the Teamsters. To be honest.
well, they are. They are. The Teamsters promotes their plan, their insurance, their retirement plan. I mean, everything. You know.
Hey, Dave, I got an addendum to that. The Teamsters didn't get a bailout during the pandemic like everybody else did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they got the bailout this year. I ain't gonna say a bailout. They got because they said that they were gonna run out of money about 2025. The Central State was going, so I don't know.
Who was that was talking, Jay?
Oh, Sean.
My name is Sean. Nice to meet you, fellas. Nice to finally meet you, Jay.
Sean.
Jay, I used to watch your videos here and there. I had never caught you on a live before.
This is my first live. I never did a live before because a lot of people are talking.
Oh, really?
They'll talk. They're
great.
talking stuff in the comment section. I said I just open. They can actually talk to me, and I just let them talk. I ain't gonna cut them off or whatever, regardless of what they say. Long as they'll say nothing too disrespectful towards me, I let them talk.
Yeah, I do this for fun. I do live streaming from the road wherever I'm going.
Oh, so you got a channel too?
Yes, it's called Sean Trucking with BS.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to find it. Sean Trucking with BS. Okay.
Yeah, I do all kinds of different things. I do a lot of karaoke. I used to be in bands throughout high school, ever since high school. And, I do all kinds of other things. But I also do talk about the economy when it comes to the point and employment and the direction that we're going.
So where do you think we're going there?
Well, it depends on how you ask. If you want to talk to a bunch of colleagues of mine that are, economical giants, I don't consider myself an economic, even though I got the education behind me. But see, I grew up in this industry. Okay. My father started out as an owner-operator. Give you a little history. My dad started as an owner-operator in the early 70s when I was just a baby. And he owned a cab over Pete, and then he sold it and got one of those old 2-stick Macs. And when I was 8 years old, tall enough to reach the pedals, that's how I learned how to drive the truck. But my dad didn't want me or my brother driving a truck, so we all got educations, and everything else. But you'd be surprised at how many college-educated people are driving trucks or in the industry, because it doesn't matter what your title says; it's what pays. Mm-hmm. And trucking always called my name, and it's like, where I'm at, this is just not cutting it. And then when I came into the industry back in 2010, I'm like, I should have came here long ago. I'm making 10 times what I made trying to do this other job, because like a friend of mine knew that trucking was in the family, and I grew up with him in Chicago. He's a computer engineer and designer. Okay, this guy is like a walking calculator. He made, hundreds of thousands of dollars. He wasn't happy. He wanted something else and wanted to make quality money. So he left that job, and it was going overseas anyway. He left before it got shipped away, and he came into the industry to drive a truck, and I trained him.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And my dad went from owner-operator to driving for Murphy Motor Freight. Now, if you drove a truck in the 70s, 80s, and maybe the early 90s, you would remember that company. They were out of St. Paul. They drove the old half cab Max with no sleeper because it was a luxury back then.
I wasn't even born, man.
And when that company folded, typically family outfits, whenever the founding father dies, the sons run the company into the ground. I've only seen 2 companies manage to stay around since that happened, but for the most part, they get run into the ground. My dad left Murphy with his friends. It was union, and they all went to ABF.
Yeah, ABF's solid company.
And I've had conversations with other people, and they didn't believe me. And I'm like, try to find a trucker that drove for ABF in the 80s and maybe the early 90s, maybe the 70s, and they'll tell you how much they made back then. The union
Hell,
went to
find one out of CF, Roadway, Yellow, any of them, and
Yeah.
they'll tell you how much they made too.
Yeah,
You know?
my dad was 57 years old when he died of cancer. He was
Yeah.
forced to retire. He had the years, but not the age. But he was forced to retire because of his health. He was dying of cancer. I went with him to go take him to go pick up his last 2 paychecks. And I asked my father, Dad, how much do they pay you a mile? And this was in 1999 because he was dead in October of 2000.
Okay.
He said, I make $1.28 a mile. Full
You
medical.
said $1.28?
$1.28 a mile. He was home every other night and on the weekends. He would go to like from Dayton, Ohio to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, or Detroit, Port Huron, Du Bois, Pennsylvania, or St. Louis. That's kind of runs he there and back.
And that was what year, sir?
This is in '99.
Okay.
And the benefits were the best you could get. It was $10 copay when you went to see the doctor. Okay.
Right.
What they did was they went to a tiering system under that last contract that my dad was involved in. If you were hired, like, I think it was like 93 or later, you made this tier money. You were going to max out at this, which was, at that time was $1.28. If you were hired at this date or newer, you weren't going to make what my dad made. You were going to make a different tier, which was a lot lower. That's why these companies have been making hand over fist, even if those are union. The unions also made agreements with this. That's why a lot of you newer guys didn't know about this. Oh, yeah. The union guys in the old days used to make money.
Started with Roadway in the early 80s. And when he retired, I want to say it was like 2000, he was making 58 cents a mile.
Really?
Yeah, really. I don't know about $1.28 and all this shit. I mean, I really don't know about that.
It was $1.20 for the ABF driver back then. It was. If you were max pay like my father at the max tier, you were making $1.28 a mile.
Yeah, I don't know all about that.
That's a lot. And how many miles they'll get in a week? They'll still get like 2,000. I mean, like 2,000, 3,000 miles a week.
I know. My dad ran from the Akron, Ohio terminal to Nashville, and the Akron, Ohio terminal to Winston-Salem, North Carolina for Roadway, and he was making 58 cents a mile.
Okay.
He had his bid runs.
Mm-hmm. See, Jay, this is how it was when I was a kid. My mom was also a Chicago cop, but she took a lot of time off to raise me before I went to kindergarten. Okay, she would work like one day on the weekend, and then she was home raising me until I made it to kindergarten. But on my dad's income alone, and he was driving for Murphy Motor Freight at the time. This is 70s.
Okay.
We had a 4-bedroom house. Okay, because there were 5 of us kids. We had a 4-bedroom house. The bills were always paid. We always had food. We had 2 snowmobiles, 2 Ford Thunderbirds, and a Ford F-150 Explorer pickup truck, a 1976 Econoline show van that Ford made called the Spirit of Chicago. They only made 76 of them. My dad had one of those. He drove that to and from work. He was proud of that. On my dad's income alone, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, you can't. Look at the price of everything out here. Back then a house was $80,000. Now they want to charge you $400,000 or $500,000 for an $80,000 house.
Yeah, but how many company drivers making $1.28 per mile?
The ABF was. They're not now. Not the newer drivers that came after my father, but they did that on purpose. They were going to make sure that the newer drivers coming in were not going to make what the older drivers were making. Because the older drivers knew how to argue. My dad came from Jimmy Hoffa's era.
So when did you think it started to change with the pay?
As an economist, the majority of the average American worker, their pay for what the money you make and what it can buy you has not gone up since 1978.
I'd agree with that.
Okay. It has not gone up since 1978. We've been living on a stagnant wage. Yeah, you may get a raise here and there, but the inflation eats it up.
Yeah, what's the place like 4% for the last 10 years, something like that, 4 to 5%.
Yeah. But let me ask you two a question. What would happen to a society? You live in a country where wages rose for 150 years, and you were raised and taught to believe that you were going to live better than your parents. You go to school, you do this and do the right thing, go to college, blah blah, and the whole 9 yards. The American dream that we heard.
Oh yeah.
What happens to a society when that all stops? Which it did in 1978. What do you think happens to a society? It finally is catching up to everybody else that is older like me that remembers it.
Yeah, it's going to crash. Let me ask you this. The influx in students to colleges you haven't had an influx since 1988, but yet all these colleges want more in tuition and they buy up more property and build bigger schools and bigger stadiums and everything else. Why do they need that?
How old are you? Can I ask?
Me? I'm 50 years old.
Then you would remember the old Saturday morning cartoons. You remember hearing the commercials about free education and all this and being American and all that. Remember it stopped right around 1980?
Now you have stars sending their kids through school. They never even step a foot in the school building and they buy their damn degree. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, what it is I remember my two eldest sisters, they went to University of Illinois. They were fighting Illini. Yeah, they didn't cost them nothing to go to college, and that's a major university.
Yeah, but they still went and worked and got their degree, didn't they?
Yeah, but college didn't cost them, $100 grand or more.
Look at the elite. Look at the elite. They're paying off the schools just to give their kids a degree, and they never stepped a foot in a school.
Yeah, we did the math as an experiment, as an economic experiment. Imagine this. You got like these teams, these big college football teams, like Ohio State, they got these 250,000 seat stadiums, and what they charge in tickets is about the same as they do at an NFL game. So you figure they don't have to pay their players. So they're making a lot of money. They make so much money at their football games, they don't need to charge anybody tuition or anything like that for college.
Yeah,
we already did the math on that.
Here's what I have to say about all this. First and foremost, I'm a patriot. I'm a United States Marine. Second of all, you didn't see all this shit going on when Trump was in office. You didn't see wars. You didn't see companies crashing. Everybody was thriving. Gas prices were down. Food prices were down. So on and so on.
Well, Trump has none of the presidents haven't.
Here's the problem I have with the union. They always want to back the Democrat. To hell with the Democrat. Back the man that's qualified for the job that's already proven himself.
Well, Donald Trump was just a symptom. He isn't to blame for what has been going on. The majority of this. He came in for 4 years and he's not to blame.
He is. No, he's not to blame.
This all started long before he came around.
Yeah, it started before it, but he started straightening it out, and now look what Biden's doing.
There wasn't much he could do. The oil prices. I wanted to tell everybody this. The oil prices. The president.
Why did they shut down the Keystone Pipeline?
Well, hold on a second. The oil prices are not controlled by our government. We don't have nationalized oil, and the president don't decide the prices on that.
We do if we take it out from underneath our own feet.
No, the president don't. The CEOs and the boards of directors of your three major oil companies that are left.
I understand, but the president of the United States can have a hand in on that. Believe that.
He can, but will he? No.
That's where you get it. Yeah.
The only way he can do that is nationalize the oil, but a lot of people are afraid of that.
And I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. No, but yeah. Hold on.
I got to use the restroom, fellas. I'll be right back. But look, if I say anything that triggers anybody, don't take it personal.
Man, like I said, you're good. Like I said, I might not agree, with nothing nobody say, but
Mhm.
I will let them speak. I don't have a problem with letting them speak.
I rub elbows with people that have good paying jobs, which are very difficult to get as an economist. I chose not to because I'm not a capitalist. I'll be right back, guys. I got to use the restroom.
All right.
Hey Jay,
Yeah, I'm here. I'm still here.
hey, send a link to Bink.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm gonna see. Oh, big. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna text him now and tell him why. Yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah, back to yellow. Oh, I guess he left. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm back. No, yeah, I'm gonna send it to him.
Yeah,
Yeah, but back to yellow. I got a question for you. So, is it hard for you to find a job, or do you have any offers out there?
I
What you
I
got
haven't
going?
even be honest with you. I haven't even tried yet, Jay.
You haven't tried yet?
Nah, nah. I mean, I'm sitting all right. I have 45,000 shares in Yellow right now, and I'm actually thinking about cashing out on them. I mean, they're up right now, you know.
See, I have a whole bunch of shares in yellow also, but they won't let me sell them because I bought them through the company with a discount.
Nah,
It's to
I
restrict them with them. Yeah.
I didn't buy them through the company. I mean, I have shares through the company, but I mean, I bought mine on my own. You know what I mean?
Oh, so do you think the union should help a lot of these drivers out to help them find a job? I think it's more easier for them to help them when you live in the Northeast because it's more
Well,
union
there's
jobs.
I mean, you're talking 30,000 jobs across the country. You know, I don't see where UPS or T-Force or anybody else is gonna or ABF is gonna be able to absorb that many drivers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that's true. We should keep it trucking, not politics. I agree. No, but
Yeah.
you don't think? Yeah, I've been telling people the whole time before Yellow failed that ABF got a total what 8,000 employees, 8,500 employees.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but T Force got a total. We're gonna say 8,000 as well. That's still not enough. It's Yellow still have way more employees than both of them combined. So what all those
Yeah.
drivers gonna go for too? And plus, most of those facilities are already full, and there's no guarantee ABF or T Force is going to get that freight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah,
There's no guarantee.
so
I
you think?
mean, they're doing what they can handle right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know they can do everything. So you think? Well, so you think it because a lot of these drivers being a part of the union is the reason why they can't find a job because a lot of companies don't want to hire other union employees.
I mean, there's a lot of truth to it. Maybe not all, but yeah. I mean, I'd agree with that.
Cause that's what I was
They're
thinking.
they're afraid. They may be afraid, like going to Estes or Old Dominion or something, thinking you get a bunch of them together and possibly um, you know trying to get them wrapped up in the union and everything, and they don't want that, you know. And I, hell, I don't know. Be honest with you.
Yeah, I know.
Be honest with you, with everything going on right now in the world, I mean, it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say.
Also, so I think it's kind of messed up that just say I don't know if have you heard this or not. They only said well 800 to 1,000 people gonna actually work the dock. So everybody gonna lose their job because a couple of people had to work the dock, and they're gonna merge the other companies together. So you tell me everybody got to lose their job, but just
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, let's say for Holland, for example, you had a guy there for 10 years, let's just say. And then you have a guy at Yellow that's been there for 5 years, let's just say. And they merged together. Why should the guy at Holland that's been there for 10 years be under somebody that's been there for 5 years? You know what I mean? Or vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, oh, I thought they seniorities kind of transfer with them. I didn't know that.
I never heard that. I
I
mean, I
know.
know I heard guys talking about it, but you know how that goes. But
Yeah.
but I don't know how that would work,
Yeah.
because if you're a certain number on the board and then you get guys that move from another company and it knocks you down 20 spots, on the board, I mean, how is that fair,
Yeah. I mean, that's to be honest, that's really not fair if you oh, he's back. That's really not fair if you've been there 20 years and just say you're Holland, then you
Yeah.
transfer to a yellow facility, and like I said, a guy who got 5 years and he just automatically jumped you because he was already at Yellow and he was at Holland. You go beneath him. That
Yeah.
is kind of messed up. I
Well,
agree.
it's messed up either way you look at it. Even the guy at 5 years at Yellow, he's a certain spot on the board. And then you got a guy coming 20 years from Holland. I mean, it's messed up either way you look at it.
Somebody said,
Yeah.
DM said yes, they Sierra would go with them.
Yeah.
Yes, in certain unions it does.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the Teamsters. I know in the UFCW that I worked for, it did. Like if your chain closed and you went to another one that's under the same union umbrella, your seniority went with you.
But how in the hell is that fair, man?
I don't. To be honest, I
I
don't
know
know.
it sucks. I know for the younger ones that have been there, like at another location, but they usually shuffle them around to where there really isn't too much, mumbling jumbling going on. Like, hey, that ain't, that's bullshit, because they know it's going to happen.
Okay, know what's going to happen. Oh yeah, because it's sad that the whole company closed down because some people didn't want to change operation. So you telling me you didn't want to be home every day? You didn't like that feeling?
I mean, I like my bid run. I liked my bid run.
What do you run to?
I ran like my dad did to Nashville and Winston-Salem, and then every now and then I'd do a Buffalo run or whatever, this and that. But yeah, I like my bid run,
See, I wasn't a fan of bid runs because I had opportunity to get a bid run. Actually, no, when I first hired on, I got a bid run. I got a bid run to Sherman, Texas.
Yeah.
And after 6 months, I dropped it. I said I like the extra board much better because that running to the same place every day, it drove me insane.
Well, I mean, when I first started, I mean, when I first started, everybody had to run the extra board, and they'd have you out, damn near a week at a time, and this and that. And, by the time I got to where I had enough seniority to where I got a bid run, hell, I liked it,
Yeah, but if they'd have did a turn, it'd have got rid of a whole bunch of those hotels. Cause they waste a lot of money on hotels, a lot. That'd have saved them some money right there. So I understand the reason why they was trying to go to turns to get rid of those hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay, I have to agree with you on that because, well, back in the day, when I was a kid, having a sleeper on a truck was a luxury then. But the price of the trucks, a day cab versus one with a sleeper, the price really isn't that much. It would have been cheaper for them to get sleeper trucks than to have to pay for hotels and all that other stuff because it was the sleeper truck that put Hojos out of business. Howard Johnson used to be predominant all over the country. We called them Hojos back in the day, the Howard Johnsons, because they serviced truckers.
Yeah.
But when they made mass produced the sleeper truck, sort of put them out of business.
I mean,
you might find a Howard Johnson's here and there, but very, very rare. I'd like to see one if there is one in existence.
Yeah, no, I never heard of them because Yellow, if you be honest, Yellow wasted a lot of money. For prime example, just say fuel in the truck. Just say if I get there and I look down after I do my pre-trip and the truck ain't filled. If I go to the fuel lane, guess what? They pay somebody to fuel the truck while I'm sitting in the truck, and they pay me to sit in the truck while they fueling it. So that's double pay right there, and that happens a lot. So So a lot of those dumb rules I think I think the union is good. Don't get me wrong. I think a union is good in certain industries, but I don't think you can't compete in the LTL with the union. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of rules y'all had at Yellow. Yeah, that does sound pretty inefficient.
Yeah, they had a whole bunch of inefficiencies. I don't know. You hear me talking earlier about when you pull up, they have like one person. They have one person lower your landing gear. You know, we pull doubles, right? And another person lower the rear landing gear. And you got another person actually pull up in a hostler. So you have like 3 to 4 people disconnecting your trailer for you. Everybody. So to me, that's wasting a lot of money doing it instead of you doing it yourself.
Because the driver's going to do a pre-trip anyway if he wants to remain safe. Because I wouldn't trust anybody to hitch up a trailer to me and say, "Yeah, it's hitched," and when you pull away, it drops out from underneath you.
I know.
Nah.
I'm gonna tell you that it happened a lot. Because I know a couple of times I went into the shop and they said my trailer was ready, and I did my pre-trip. And I went around to the back. You know where the dolly, I guess you call it a dolly tow eye. I don't know exactly what you call it. With it hooked to the pinner hook, it was wide open. Now, if I would have did a pinner walk around, that sucker would have jumped out the first bump I hit, and I would have lost my whole set.
I'm not sure about you new guys, but you're talking about the fifth wheel with the axle?
Yes.
Back in my dad's day, they called those Joe dogs.
Is it ABF have this?
That was old.
Yeah. Yes, ABF do have their stuff together. ABF do not run like Yellow. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. This happened at a Yellow terminal. Right next to Yellow is a red light. Right next to my terminal, it's a red light around the corner. The truck broke down, right, and they call it record. They're literally right outside the gate. They call it record to get the truck to tow it back in the yard. Instead of them grabbing the forklift or grabbing another truck to pull it back in the yard, it literally no more than like 30 feet away. They call it record because they said the union rules state mechanics can't leave the yard. Like stuff like that is a waste of money.
Mm-hmm.
Can I work at FedEx Freight? I was a mechanic at FedEx Freight, and we could have a blowout maybe 2 hours away, and I'll hop in the truck and I'll go get them. And go fix the blowout or whatever. Try my best to fix them. But if I can't fix it, then we'll call a record. And we did a lot of that FedEx Freight, but I came to Yellow. I asked them, like, why you guys don't do that? Why you guys don't have your mechanic just leave the yard, especially when it's right in front of the place and calling a record? That's what, probably $300, $400 bill just for him showing up, just to tow it back in the yard. And you could have grabbed a forklift and pushed it back in the yard.
I used to pull some FedEx Freight, but under the carrier I pull for. I'm an owner operator, and how
you doing out there right now?
Well, I haven't made a truck payment in a year and 6 months because I got my title. Now I'm doing really well. Yes, I'm all right. The fuel prices did go up, but somebody who's making a truck payment, you're gonna have a hard time. Now's not the time to get in.
What kind of freight you moving?
I do reefer dry box, but I can do tanker and triples and doubles. I got that in case I felt like a legacy at ABF, and I'm like, I'll come there, but I'm not going to do just casual. I need full time, or it ain't going to be worth it to me. A lot of them, they tell me you look just like your dad. They're looking at a ghost.
Yes, that's crazy. Yes, this guy, dude at 211 drove me crazy. He was slow as hell filling the trucks. He always take a break between trucks and wasted a lot of time. That happened a lot at Yellow. A lot of guys, you can find them sleeping trucks. They be hiding. I don't know about AV. You be honest. They be hiding and sleeping a lot of places. They just be on the clock getting paid. And you can't do nothing about it. You can't write them up. The supervisor he ain't gonna say nothing because they can't do nothing about it. And they wonder why Yellow failed. That's why I don't blame it on 100% of the manager.
Yeah, those kind of rules are like out there. I mean, the union job I worked at for when I worked in the grocery business, If you were caught sleeping, you're fired, and the union ain't going to protect you.
No, not in Yellow. I guess the work rules are written different because Yellow they can be hiding in the truck, sleeping. They can do a lot of stuff, and they'll be protected. Like I said, you have to be at Yellow. I don't know about where he at in Cleveland, but where I'm at, you have to be written up 3 times for the exact same thing. So, for example, if you get written up two times for being late, right, and it's in a 6 months period. By the 3rd time, you're like, I'm running late. Like, man, he already written me up twice. This might be the 3rd time. You know what? He haven't got me for no call, no show. So that's 2 times written up for being late and 1 time no call, no show. And it's a 6 months period. So that's what I'm saying. It weighs around. They can screw up around the union that the company will protect. Not the company. The union will protect them.
But like I said I used to haul FedEx freight here and there. I think we still do it, but not en masse like we used to. And I saw how some of the drivers were treated. I mean, they didn't have barely time to stop to take a piss. Man. And I'm like, that's bullshit. And they wanted to treat me the same way. I said, you can call my carrier, but you want my boss, you're going to get me. They didn't understand that. I said, I'm going to run, yeah, but not like you guys want to or run illegally. That ain't going to happen.
What to do with Will Holland? Yes, I mean, because I think the whole process of Yellow was outdated, so it was destined to fail. It was real destiny to fail. And like I said, I think the union would be perfect at this. I think the union would be perfect at Snyder, Swift, Warner, because those people actually treat their drivers like crap. They don't pay them. I think the union would be perfect on mega carriers.
Yeah, Jay, you are correct about that. The union should have updated the rules and made them more modern day to like today's standards, to not be allowing people to get away with sleeping on the job. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. I mean, that the union was to protect our jobs from bullshit, but I'm not going to protect somebody's job if they're slacking off like that by being asleep. I mean, come on. I wouldn't do it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. The union do it. And so, like for example, if your supervisor send you home, right? If he send you home because he was mad at you, or you were sleeping in the truck, and you send you home, or he fired you for a week, the union will bring you back and give you a week worth of pay, even though you didn't work that week. Because,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I thought you were finished.
You go finish. You good?
There might be a delay. Are you familiar with Sirius XM radio?
Yes.
Did you ever listen to Road Dog Trucking Radio 146?
No, I have not.
Okay. I'm a real close friends with Dave Nemo Entertainment. And I haven't been on in probably 4 years, but I used to guest host every now and then with Casey Phillips on Road Dog Live.
Yeah, that's good.
Because I have a degree in broadcasting also, that, economics, and business.
Yep. Yeah, hold on. Okay. Yes, hold on. Yeah, we're doing the peak season. Yes, FedEx Freight is doing one FedEx as well. Because FedEx Freight is running into the same issue that Yellow was running into. Because they'll have Holland or they have Yellow or YRC at the same place, picking up the same freight, and they're right next to each other. You telling me that ain't a problem? That ain't a problem.
Yeah. And Jay, somebody on the outside looking in at you guys, you know, I was hearing those drivers in the videos talking about, you know, the mismanagement. Okay, I don't know, but the only thing I do know is it is mismanagement if you can't account for the $700 million that you got. What did you do with it? You know?
No. I agree with that. Now I don't disagree with it. That's why I say it's like 80% of their fault. I know a lot of that money they did buy a whole bunch of Peterbilts and Volvo trucks, even though they tow up now. They some brand new trucks and they tow up. You won't believe they tow up because we switch seats. So every day we have a different truck. So I drive. Let's say I drove truck. I'm about to make up a number. 23B. That's not a real truck. They don't need number like that. But 23B. I drove it today. and I drove it to St. Louis from Oklahoma City. All right, 23B by tomorrow might be in like Atlanta. I will never see 23B again. So they can't hold nobody accountable because we switch seats so much when they get towed up. They don't know who did it because every day is a different person driving a different truck. So.
Were there more trucks than drivers in your terminal? Where you could issue a driver that specific truck, and if something got tore up in it, they could look at it and like, there's crap all in here. You got dog hair everywhere. And crap everywhere. I mean, like, hey, let's clean this up. You did it. You're the one driving this truck. Yeah, I believe in that. They should have issued you a truck, because I know some guys, you're going to get the truck back the way you got it, just with more miles and tire wear.
I mean, yes, that's what I'm saying. Even if they didn't issue a truck, they at least could have kept the same. You keep the same truck and the same truck stay at the same terminal. That way, they can keep an eye on it. If something mess up or something broke, they know who to hold accountable for that truck. But for some reason, Yellow didn't do that. They switched seats so much, and the truck they took. Like I said, they bought all those trucks with their $700 million loan, and a lot of them are messed up. A lot of them are tore up right now. Those are brand new trucks. They probably 2 years old. And a lot of them are messed up.
Yeah, like I told them, I said, why don't you just issue us a trailer to carry our football? Why don't you issue us a trailer? You're going to get your trailer back in the same condition, unless the guy's loading the truck, bash into the wall and make a gouge. That's not my fault. But you're going to get that trailer in the same condition as you gave it to me. But we do so much drop and hook. Almost every trailer I get, it's screwed up somehow. It needs a new tire or brake chambers out. It's like I'm always going behind people fixing their shit.
I mean, that's how it is at Yellow. Like when I first got hired on that Yellow, they told me don't pop the hood because that's a mechanic's job. The hood, they should have the oil. They should have checked the oil and put antifreeze in there before you go before they put it on the red line. All you have to do is walk around and kick the tires and make sure your pinner hooks are connected and stuff like that. But don't pop the hood.
Oh, I would have messed with them. I said, what happens if I pop the hood? Is Jimmy Hoffa there?
Yeah, they tell you not to pop the hood. They tell you not to pop the hood. And many a times when I first started, ain't gonna lie, I didn't do it the first couple of weeks. Then what happened was I was driving to I think Albuquerque, and I hit Amarillo, right? Then all of a sudden it went in reduced power mode. I'm like, what the hell? If I would have popped the hood, I would have noticed I had no antifreeze in there. But I didn't pop the hood because I listened to the old driver. After that, I was like, I'm not listening to them no more. I'm popping the hood. I'm checking the antifreeze. I'm checking the oil. I'm checking everything.
I'll let you guys know who I drive for. And I've been with them since 2010. I came here as a student, even though I already knew how to drive. I knew more than what my trainer knew. I was training my trainer as a student because they didn't know. But he liked me because I was a golden goose. I aced the test. They get a bonus. But I drive for Prime Inc. I used to train. I don't do it anymore. I trained my nephew, was the last student I ever trained. But I have a one-of-a-kind truck, and you may have seen it on the road before, and I'll show it to you. I got to step outside here. And it's not what you think. It's my kid's school that I have on the side of my truck because I don't have an ego. But if you can see it, that's me.
Oh, yeah? Oh, the Patriots? That's a nice truck.
If you've seen it before, it's a Pete 579.
Yeah.
That's my kid's school, Tri-Village. It was going to be a Chicago Cubs truck if I had my way, but I did it all for my children.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, oh, that's good. Yes, that's a nice truck.
And my oldest graduated. I did this for the class of 2020. They love that. But those are all my kids.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah. Oh, hold on. They said if you have to pop the hood, most of the trucks have low or no fluid. That is true. Most of the trucks in Yellow have low fluid and no, like the oil pressure is low, the antifreeze is low, the fan belt is wearing, and it's a lot of leaks. You see oil dripping everywhere. For some reason, nobody pops the hood and they blame the company. Yeah, don't blame the company. It's your fault too. That's why I said blame the company 80%. Or 70 and the rest of it. All right. That's your truck. Do you pop the hood every day? Every time you leave?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. I do sometimes
But you got the
because
same truck, right?
yeah, if you get the same truck, you know the smells, the sounds, and everything. The truck can talk to you. If there's something wrong, I'll know it because if something doesn't smell or sound right, like if I'm smelling rotten eggs, I know my batteries are going bad.
Okay.
So, it's just been doing it for so long and just having that knowledge through my father.
Yeah.
If this is making a clinking noise, you got a loose brake chamber. Basically. I mean, I do pre-trips, but not every day. Nobody does.
Yeah, I mean, nobody does understand because you keep the same truck. But imagine if you switch trucks every day. Then would you check it every day?
You'd have to because you don't know the truck.
I know, but a lot of people here don't do that. That's why a lot of people in the comment section are saying that. Yeah, a lot of people don't do that. They don't pop. And another thing they don't do, nobody here does a post-trip inspection.
Yeah.
Even me, sometimes I feel in this category too. Just hop out of the truck, grab my stuff, and take off and leave the truck right there.
I'm sure I'm going to get a yes answer from you. You ever get on one of those trucks and it just totally smells like ass?
Oh man, yes, a lot of those stuff it smells like ass and cigarette smoke. I don't smoke cigarettes.
I remember my dad complaining about that. Damn it, last truck smelled like ass. I'm smelling like
sunfire seeds all over the floor, trash everywhere. It's just like they treat them like crap, then blame the company. Yeah, but by the way, any one of you guys want to come up here, just click the link and you can come up here. No problem. I'll invite you. I don't have a problem. I'll let you talk. I'll let you speak. Even if I don't agree with you, I'll still let you speak. Yeah.
See, every Friday in the summer, I can't remember what local unit it is, but it's out of Huber Heights, Ohio, which is Dayton, Ohio. And we used to go every Friday during the summer months, and they'd always have fish fry. And that's how I got to know all the other drivers. And I got to meet a lot of yellow drivers my dad was friends with because they were all in the same union. And that's why it broke my heart because I know a lot of them were affected.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. I agree with you. A lot of them affected. Yes, a lot of those hoods was a bit too open. There was a lot of like the problems of a lot of those Volvo hoods. You know the latch under the steering wheel. You try to pull them, it wouldn't even pop the hood. So you got to manually, move the little sidewall and grab the little wire on each side of the hood to open the hood.
Jay, if you're thinking about becoming an owner operator, I wouldn't do it right now. Wait for the economy to crash because every 4 to 7 years there's an economic downturn and we're due another one. And plus a lot of the prices of trucks, cars, houses are way inflated than what they're really worth. That's why I'm telling everybody, don't become an owner operator yet.
I mean, I thought about going that route when Yellow crashed like a week ago. And I could have went that route when I first went to Yellow, but instead, because I invested in a certain stock and I made a lot of money back in 2021. I made a lot of money. And so I had the money to buy me a truck brand new, but instead I bought me a house. I put the money down to buy a house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I never told that story, but yes. You probably heard that called Power Plug.
Yeah, you got to have a house, though.
Yeah, I bought a house instead. So, yeah. So like I said, a lot of people blamed the company. Yes, like you know how I'm just sharing my opinion right now. It's crazy because a lot of people get mad at me because I'm sharing my opinion about the company. Well, I see, and a lot of people never worked for Yellow, and they try to tell me I'm wrong. You didn't see that. That didn't happen. They do that at Yellow. Like, how you gonna try to tell me and I work for Yellow? And I see it every single day at Yellow. But yeah. So.
Yeah, I just look at it from the outside, looking at it using my economics and what I've learned. When I heard about the $700 million PPP loan that they got forgiven, and it's like, yeah, that driver's right. I'd like that guy's got something to answer for him. Like, you better find out the answer. Where'd that money go?
I don't know where that money go. Be honest, I know for a fact that the government owns 30% of Yellow. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if they file bankruptcy with the government get their half. They probably will.
Yeah. But I'd really like to meet that driver that kept asking, How did you piss away $700 million? I was laughing every time I heard that. And I'm like, that's a good question.
I mean, it's easy. It's easy. They can piss it away because I'm telling you, there's all the stuff I said. They double paying everything. These bills, they tearing up the trucks. You know, listen, I know a couple drivers out of my terminal flip the trucks. They have a DWI. They have a lot of stuff like that, and they still got a job.
My brother-in-law got a DUI. He drives a truck. He has for 20 years. He got a DUI in his pickup truck, not even on the job, and they still pulled his CDL. This is in Ohio. They pulled his CDL for 3 years. And this was in his normal truck. He said, well, it's CDL. You should know better. Well, that's true. But he wasn't on the job, and he wasn't driving a commercial vehicle. He was just driving a pickup truck.
You on here? You on here?
Oh, how y'all doing?
I'm good.
Hey, how you doing? And that same brother-in-law got a ticket for getting ass-ended by an unmanned motorcycle on the interstate. I could never explain that one. I'm like, how does that happen? He goes, there was nobody on it. They fell off back there, and they ended up getting heavily injured. But I got ass-ended by an unmanned motorcycle and still got ticketed for it. Like, what?
Yeah,
Ohio's strange.
Yeah, Ohio's strange. I mean, like I said, I only got a ticket one time, and then for impeding traffic and no chain. Like in last December, I was going up the Rocky Mountains, and it was in the wintertime, and it was a bad ice storm, and I had to chain up, and I had to do an individual chain, but my inside chain slung off. So as I was going up the mountain, I got stuck, and I got a ticket for impeding traffic and no chain, and I had to wait on a tow truck to get there. So I had to wait like 3 hours on the side of the mountain in the snowstorm, and the truck kept cutting off every 3 minutes.
Sounds like a Freightliner.
No, it was a Volvo. No, they got their shut off crap on there, and it kept shutting off. I was on the side of the mountain, and it was snowing real bad, and the truck kept cutting off. But I got that ticket, and it was $1,100. I think it was $1,100 some dollars. But Yellow paid for it, so I didn't come out of pocket. I told them what happened. Because this was my first time going. They just threw me on the mountain. I never been across the mountain a day of my life. I never chained up. So I had to watch a YouTube video on the side of the mountain to learn how to chain that day. So
yeah, I've had to explain that to a lot of people. They really sock it to us. You get a speeding ticket in your car, you're going to pay, what, $80, $90? Not for us. It's like $400 or $500.
Yeah, mine was $1,100. Yeah, $1,100. But like I said, I didn't pay for it. The company paid for it, so that's why I didn't fight it. I didn't care about it. Because as soon as I turned it in, I told the company, Mike, you got your connection. You said your connection is bad. Yeah, but yeah, anyway, yeah. So, like I said, the whole thing is with Yellow. I don't know.
You thinking about going to another LTL company?
Like I said, I tried to go to.
I'm a AAA Cooper right now.
AAA Cooper. I haven't tried them. I thought about trying them because they're hiring in my Oklahoma City, but I didn't put an application for them because I didn't know there was a good company.
Yeah, we just got a raise. We're at $33.70 right now.
Oh, for real? So you do like local?
Yeah, I was line haul, but I do city P&D local. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'm out of Dallas.
Dallas? Oh, yeah.
Are they doubles and triples, or are they?
Yeah, doubles and vans.
Yeah, you can't pull triples in Texas.
Sometimes I hear a company and I can't envision them. It takes a while.
I used to be an owner operator. I got my truck parked right now. I've been off and on for like 5 years with AAA Cooper. I still got my truck. It's parked at the house. It's not good to be an owner operator right now. That's for sure.
So how long you been at AAA Cooper?
Right now this stint's 3 years.
3 years?
Off and on over 5 years. I've been an owner operator off and on like over 10 years in the oil fields and over the road. And
well, the oil fields I heard paid really well.
Oh yeah, in 2012 2012 I was in South Texas. It was paying damn good.
What happened?
I was doing vacuum truck out there. I still got my truck. I got a 99 Freightliner Classic. sit on location, and the trucks would get paid $100 an hour around the clock, and sometimes sit on location for a couple weeks. So we're talking over 20 grand. You know, sitting on location just for a few weeks.
But there's just not enough work to stay in it anymore, or what happened?
No, that's not. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So, what's your opinion?
A
on
lot
the
of
yellow?
companies.
Huh?
There's a lot of companies. You know, oil fields up and down, and they're not paying like they used to, and it's real. It's just the up and down is you know, a lot of undercutting and underbidding. You know, from companies, man. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. So, hey, so what's your opinion about the yellow situation?
I think Yellow's. I don't know. I can tell they're a garbage company. I mean, they're like Central Freight Lines. They're the bottom of the barrel. You know, you could tell by their equipment. I mean, the guy that runs out there on my route, I got the Terrell route. His truck, he drives like a '90s day cab Volvo. Like it's held up by duct tape and.
Oh, that's nothing new.
It's yeah. When I see stuff like that, you know, it's the same thing with Central. Their equipment was ragged out and rusted out, falling apart.
Now,
You know,
now I get y'all on this. Now they did buy a whole bunch of equipment for line haul, but they didn't put no investment whatsoever in a city tractor. Because I said that's the main one they should put in investments in. Because you see a yellow the trailer already raggedy. Then somebody put up one of those orange or blue trucks to your terminal. You and the truck all tore up. Your first thought is they ain't gonna take care of my freight. They gonna tear it up as well.
Yeah, up until about 4 years ago is when Volvo finally fixed the issue. Because I used to see a lot of Volvos running up and down the highway being held together with duct tape and bungee cords.
Yeah, well, I heard the rates were Yellow wasn't charging much to haul freight neither. Like,
No,
so
they
they like
wasn't.
overextended themselves, and then like they were like at the bottom when it comes to charging for freight,
Yeah, I know. They also
which doesn't make any sense. But
yeah.
They were trying to do what Walmart did with the grocery business. They were trying to put as many people as they could out of business by charging way less than the others did. And once they're out of business, they raised the prices back up.
Nah, I don't know. They're gonna do that now. No, they was doing that. They really freight is real low. They actually are losing a lot of money by doing it. That's why they couldn't make a profit because they're charging so low on their freight. Because ABF do the same thing. So I don't know why people think ABF is so great. They do the same thing. They charge low for freight. They do the exact same thing.
But having, one truck pick up one skid from the same location, I heard about this. That's inefficient. Just because, a Redway guy shows up, picks up one skid, then a couple hours later, a yellow driver shows up and picks up one skid. It's like, why don't they just book it all one day in one truck and boom, they'll be done with it.
Because
that's more efficient.
They two different divisions. That was the one Yellow was about. They were trying to avoid from that happening. But a lot of people didn't want to do that because they say if they'd merge, a lot of people would have lost their jobs. A lot of people lost their jobs. So because at some locations they'll have the terminals right next to each other, but they ran at two separate businesses.
Yeah, but like that guy said that was on here earlier with us, he was right. I mean, Holland and Redway and New Penn, they were great companies and they're profitable. And Yellow did run them into the ground. I'd be pissed if I worked for them for years and then end up losing it.
what was y'all's hourly rate at for Yellow?
$26.38. And our mileage was 67 cents per mile.
Yeah. I think ABF, they just got like another 5-year contract or something.
I know.
They got their wages increased.
They got the wages. Yeah, that's the whole point of One Yellow, to avoid from that from happening. Yeah, they got a wage increase. We're gonna take them. I mean, Yellow will try to do that too. They offered the union $11 an hour, but the union turned it down. They didn't tell nobody. Now the $11 would have been split 3 ways. It been split from pension. It would have been split for health care and hourly wage. I think out of the $11, I think $4 to $5 would added on to our per hour, and the rest of it went to pension and health to the insurance. But the union turned it down a couple months ago. Then after all this mess happened last week, then they wanted. They said we'll accept it. Yeah, like it's too late now. You should have accepted it at first.
I want to know who the beneficiaries are going to be. You know, from all the freight that got freed up, who's going to end up with it? You know, this is
All
going
the
to end up
other
with this
LTL
company.
companies will be fighting over it.
Yeah, everybody's saying XBO is going to end up with the majority of it, and I'm not saying that they're wrong, but I'm just curious how that's going to pan out.
I mean, XPO, they might end up with all of it. XPO, because I remember when I called Old Dominion, I talked to the guy, and he said, in at least Oklahoma City, he said they got a lot of yellow contracts already. Because I was trying to get this. Yeah, this is before they denied me for the job. They told me I can't work there. But,
But do you think Yellow can regroup, file Chapter 11 and maybe downsize? I mean,
They could, yes.
Yep, they could. That's what I think they need to do.
sell off a bunch of assets, downsize the company, and do something.
Because that's what happened. That's what happened to Pi. They did that, and then Ryder took over Pi, and that's why in the 70s it was Ryder Pi. You very rarely saw those trailers, like Consolidated Freight, which was other known as Cornflake. When they folded, they became Conway, and then Conway later on became XPO.
Yeah, I used to work for Conway before I became XPO.
Yeah, I
But
think
CFI.
CFI.
Yeah, when I was a kid, you couldn't go anywhere down the street from your house if you lived in like a city or whatever without seeing a yellow truck or a roadway truck or a Consolidated Freight truck. You were going to see all 3 of those. They were all over the place.
I mean,
on the interstate.
Yeah. Now you don't see them all. Now they all parked because 2 people couldn't come up with agreements and everybody lost their job. So it's sad.
So have they told you anything? Have they messaged you or called you or said
they
anything?
haven't told us anything, bro. They haven't. The union haven't said anything, or Yellow haven't said anything. Nobody. Everybody is in the dark, man. That's why a lot of people were still waiting. That's why a lot of people didn't actually find a job. Some people I knew, they was waiting. They're like, man, they hoping Yellow was gonna pull it through. I'm like, man, it's too late now. You should have found a job or something.
And see, my thing is the pension with Yellow or is the pension with the Teamsters?
It's with they said it's with Central State. It's with Central State. So I think they connected with the union. So nobody lost their pension at all.
So no one's gonna lose their pension.
No, nobody gonna lose their pension, but everybody gonna lose their health insurance come Sunday.
Yeah.
So why was everyone saying that? Damn, I worked 30 years or 25 years for nothing. I just lost my pension.
I don't know
just
why
overreacting.
He was overreacting.
Overreaction.
He was
Or he was misinformed. He didn't know that his pension was just fine.
he was misinformed. He didn't know. He thought Yellow controlled the pension, but Yellow don't. Yellow just
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I thought the unions controlled that.
Yeah.
That's why they were bitching. That's why they were bitching at Yellow because they didn't make their $50 million contribution or whatever.
Yeah, I'm surprised that guy didn't jump. I was waiting for that guy to jump that VP making the speech, that went off about, being here for over 30 years. I was waiting. I was like, this guy's going to, they may want to hold on to him because he might jump on this guy.
No, I mean, they having pretty common. They having a lot of Yellow. They be talking to them. Those people crazy. Oh, like, ooh. But they said you could talk freely and it ain't going to happen. That's why they be talking crazy to them like that. Yeah. Yeah, but a lot. I think some of it was you could disagree with somebody and still be respectful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talk trash, you can't expect a dozen roses in return. Somebody shits in your hand. What are you going to do? I'd give it right back to them.
Yeah. So the whole thing itself is, man. it's crazy. Like I said, the Teamsters, they cost everybody. I know you pro union. but the Teamsters did cost everybody their job, but they not willing to help them. They ain't saying anything. So
They're just silent, basically.
they're silent. Then, to be honest, what other? Because a lot of those guys want to stay in the LTL market, right? So, what LTL company in your city gonna hire a whole bunch of union guys?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I heard that. Yeah, I talked to our. I've overheard, that some of these companies like Saya, and I think our company too, they don't want to hire any of the Teamster guys because they're afraid, the union's going to get in.
Yeah. There's one other thing that I believe that it could be mismanagement, because even management may have not even known this. They could have tried one last ditch effort to have arbitration between the union and the company. That means they bring in somebody that's totally independent, someone like me. They could bring me in to be an arbiter between the two. And I would have been like, look, you're going to have to change some of the rules here, union, to make them profitable. So, you need to let the company be profitable or they're not going to be here. Yeah, because I would have seen some of those rules and be like, whoa, wait a minute. You can't keep these people that are going to be making money just by sleeping. Your company's going to go under. Like, no, that needed to change. That's why I'm surprised they didn't do the arbitration process. They probably just said, fuck it, or didn't know about it.
Yeah, they probably didn't. They probably didn't know about it. That's why. They probably didn't know about it. Yeah, somebody said that pension is guaranteed to 2050. Yes, that is true, because the government gave Central State $35.8 billion at the beginning of this year. Because the Central State was going to run out of money in 2025. So the government bailed them out as well, but nobody talking about the government bailing them out. They talking about the $700 million they gave Yellow.
See, my whole thing is, how the hell you mismanage $700 million?
I bet you've been asking that.
I mean, dude,
what y'all do with that money?
Dude, to be honest, I know for a fact when I first started, when they got it, I can't lie, the CEOs did go to Las Vegas for a weekend, and the CEO did get himself a bonus. Like they said, all the people in corporate, they went to Vegas for a weekend and partied it up.
He said in a meeting he didn't get a bonus. That's what I thought the CEO. That's what he said.
Man, he didn't get a bonus.
How many times did he go to the Mustang Ranch or the Bunny Ranch? How many times did he go there? Yeah. You don't go to Nevada for just gamble.
Dude, hold on.
$700 million, man. That's a lot to give a company.
Yes, it is. And you know what? None of the American people got a bailout when they were losing their homes.
Nope.
Yeah, government could have gave me $1 million of that $700 million. I think I'd have done a little bit more in Yellow.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think I did a video, or I was in somebody else's live stream, and I had mentioned that I know some dipshits I went to college with that got economic degrees alongside me that would have done a better job at running this company than the guys that were running it. I know a lot of flunkies. I mean, they ended up graduating with a degree, but they were dipshits in economics, but they passed. And it's like, I know they could have done a better job than those guys did.
Yeah, I know, right? They could have, but yeah, but the people up top.
Yeah, sometimes we just wonder.
Just wonder
why management, why they do things the way they do it.
Yeah, then a
lot of stuff management doesn't make any sense.
Then in the same process, I got to say they moved the headquarters from Kansas City to Nashville. So I don't know why they did that. They was wasting money. Like I said, I blame the management like 70 to 80%, and also I blame the employees too.
Are they finally tearing down that Nashville TA? Because the last time I was in there, it was like a junkyard, and no trucks were really moving. I know they were tearing it down to make a parking garage for the stadium.
Yeah. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. I'm gonna have to. I know. I wish I could keep talking about it, but my wife she keep open the door like, "Hey, take this on the valve." So I'm about to have to go ahead and cut it short.
But hey, Jay, it was nice meeting you, and I'm glad you had me up here.
You're good. You're good. I'm gonna start going live more often. At first, I was nervous. You know how hard it is to hold a conversation to nobody. I know you're talking to people, but actually, you ain't talking to nobody. You're really talking to yourself and people listening.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to do that. So that's why I never wanted to go live. But I'm gonna start going live more often.
If you're bored, go to my channel, and you'll see them titled, Yellow or whatever. And I do have some economical videos in there that give you some good information
Give
and
me
good
your
insight.
channel name one more time.
It's Sean Trucking with BS. BS is my road name abbreviated. My dad gave it to me in 1976. My road name
I found it. Sean Trucking with BS. I got it.
Yeah, my road name abbreviated. It's actually an irony joke. I got the name Big Sexy. My dad was Big Peterbilt.
What's up, Bink? Bink here.
Well, we're the same height. I'm 6'5".
Yeah, so you 6'5", yeah. But anyway, yeah. What's up, Bink? I see you, bro. I was gonna tell you I was gonna go live, but I thought you was busy. That's why I didn't say anything. Yeah.
That's why I don't hop in the bunk right away, because I'm afraid somebody's gonna back into me and try to run off.
Yeah.
Try Triple A Cooper, man. I think you'll like it, man.
Try Triple A Cooper. Yeah, it's a good company.
Oh yeah, you really got to do some stupid shit to get fired.
Oh, just
they pay pretty good, and you get a lot. They pay good, and you get a lot of hours.
I mean, just like it's Yellow, it's hard to get fired at Yellow, so it basically the same thing. It's hard to get fired at Yellow, so I understand, because the whole thing is.
I worked for FedEx Freight, I worked for Conway, I worked for SMT, and
yeah,
and worked for all the LTL companies, but FedEx Freight was probably the worst.
Yeah, I actually like FedEx Freight. Be honest, I actually liked the FedEx. I worked at FedEx Freight for 2017 to 2020 November. The reason why I left FedEx Freight, I admit it. I went to jail for a couple of days, and I
heard that story.
Yeah, and I told a story about it, and they asked me 3 or 4 times. They kept trying to give me a chance, and I always kept being dishonest. So I got fired for being dishonest.
Yeah. When I heard that story, I was like, damn, he almost made it.
Yeah.
I was there with you.
I'd have been still at FedEx.
I couldn't get over 8 hours a day at FedEx Freight.
Oh, see, I was a mechanic. So even when the pandemic happened, 2020, I was working. We didn't get laid off. Mechanics didn't get laid off at all. We was working. We did our 40.
I got to get 12 hours a day. I got to.
Yeah. Do you remember when they made Central Park into a makeshift hospital at the beginning of the pandemic? I was one of the first trucks in there because we had a driver that wouldn't go in there, and they asked me, "Would you go in?" I got paid a total of $80 to leave the Petro in New Jersey. I forgot what exit number that. Exit 7. I got $80 to take it from him and take it into Central Park. I'm like, dude, take it in. He was too scared.
Yeah, Dave, I see Binks. I know he's on here. If he want to come up here, he can come up here if you want to. Just hit the link. I seen him. Yeah, so how is overall, what do Triple A Cooper pay their line haul driver? Do you know?
I think they're like at 79 cents a mile.
They pay that much for line haul?
Yeah.
Damn, Yellow way behind. We at 60. We didn't even touch the 70 mark.
Well, yeah, line haul drivers over there. I got buddies on line haul, man. They're making some damn good money. Damn good. 6 figures a year, easy.
Easy?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's.
Oh yeah, cool. My buddy Don. He did 5 Houstons and a San Antonio. He worked 6 days, man. He brought home, I think, like $2,200.
$2,200. Okay.
When you ever in the TA, did you ever look at the load boards that like people from Landstar use? I got a couple of friends of mine that drive for Landstar, and I might go over there. I used to get
on DAT load board whenever I run over the road.
If they called me
I
up,
was owner operator.
Yeah, they said, check this out here at Landstar because I'm thinking about switching because I've been getting calls from other companies. Hey, why don't you come drive for us? You make it worth my
I was
while.
doing flatbed. I was hauling Trump's wall there for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
see,
I
I
was
thought
paying pretty
about
good.
doing that. To go, try to do one of the lease to own program.
Don't ever be a lease purchase operator.
Don't ever do that.
Once you get at the end of your lease, they'll find a way to cut off the freight and they'll take the truck back. That's how they screw everyone.
Yeah, a lot of times they do. You want to do an actual purchase, but you're making payments like you're doing a lease, but you actually own the truck at the end, like I did. They gave me my title, and I did the river dance out the door. When I got my title.
Personally, I still got my 8th truck. It's parked in South Texas at my family's house. I don't like newer trucks. I like older trucks. They're easier to work on. They're very durable, and you could buy a nice Freightliner Classic for like $28,000 cash,
That's
and
not
it's going
bad.
to run just as good as a new truck.
That's
Oh,
like
that's
a
pretty good.
Fitzgerald, right? Or an XL?
Oh yeah, Freightliner Classic XL. I like the Freightliner Classic.
Those were
If you
nice.
get a 99, you can run paper logs. You don't have to run e-logs.
I
That's
don't miss
exempt.
paper logs. I hated paper logs.
Yeah, I can have that.
The reason why, if you're over the road, paper logs is good is because you can cook them books, and if you want, you can run as long as you want to. When you're on e-logs
Yeah.
over the road, it's hard to
Yeah,
manipulate that stuff.
I knew a lot of over-the-road drivers that ran 3 log books.
Yeah.
You had to be good at it, though. You had to be good at it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's cool. But anyways, I thank you guys for coming on. I can go live again. Just check me out. I'll probably go live tomorrow. We'll see. Because I ain't doing nothing else. I'm unemployed. So I don't have a life.
Just keep doing this until you get another job. And
Yeah.
when you
yeah,
get
so-
back on, you can still do live streaming from the truck like I do. You'll see
like
me.
I said, yeah, I will. I'm gonna check your channel. Like I said, I was kind of nervous doing live stream at first. Like I said, because you're sitting there talking in front of the camera, talking to yourself. It's kind of hard to hold a conversation that long. But anyways, I appreciate you
It
guys.
is.
Yeah, he said it is.
But we're all similarly situated. Even though you're not a union driver, you are a union driver. We're all similarly situated. This could happen to anybody, and it still can happen to you if you're still driving.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
it can.
I mean, a lot of you guys, if you guys can't find who work for Yellow, if you guys can't find another job, just go OTR for a couple months. You do whatever you gotta do to feed your family, especially if you got no money saved up.
Yeah, you could easily get a trucking job somewhere.
Yeah, you can get a
Yep,
trucking
you
job
can get a
somewhere.
trucking job anywhere.
So yeah. Oh, hold on, Bink's on. Let him up. What's up?
What up? What's going on, man?
Not much. What you got going on?
Oh man, hey, man, just sitting at the house. Hold on, we got some echo.
You good? No, we were talking about Yellow at first, and I was telling them how much Yellow wasting money.
You said Yellow was wasting money?
Yeah, I'm telling them how what I see, my perspective on how Yellow is wasting money, and why I just don't blame Yellow.
Right. I got you. Okay. You said Yellow was wasting money. Yeah, they waste a lot of money. I mean,
No, ultimately, like the employees, like paying the employees the nonsense, stuff they should
I
not.
got you. Yeah, they got a lot of that going on, man. They had a lot of that going on. Well, they still, I don't know if they're gonna come back, and now you think they're gonna make a comeback?
I don't know. Somebody asked me that. Somebody asked me if I think Yellow gonna make a comeback because that new company bought them. But I don't know. I hope so. If they make a comeback, would you go back?
Yeah, I would go back if I don't have nothing else going on. I'll go back.
Probably try to downsize. I'd be thinking
Jay.
of downsize probably.
Again, about the guy who puts the trucks together, the doubles and all that.
Yes.
If that was me doing that job, and I didn't have nothing to do, I would have found something to do just so the time goes by quicker. I wouldn't find a place to go to sleep. I'd be like, no, I'm going to find something else to do.
I'm hooking the sets.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, hooking up the sets. If I ain't got no other sets to put up, I'm like, hey, yard dog, you need help? The union won't let you. Well, fuck it. I'll go sweep a floor or something. Shit. Empty out the trash can
No.
if I can get away with it.
No.
I'd have found something else to do. You know.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. So, Big, what you? How many applications you put out so far? A lot.
I can
Put out-
barely hear him.
Yeah, you can barely hear you. Stop. Wow, we can barely hear you, Big. Oh, he left.
He's probably going to reset.
Yeah, you're gonna see. Yeah. No, yeah, but like I said, if you're one of those guys, yeah, but I love those guys. They want to do that, but for what? They're gonna get paid regardless if they hook a set or they sit in the truck and go to sleep somewhere hiding. They're getting paid regardless. So why would they?
See, at ABF, I think the yard jocks, they also put the sets together, if memory serves me right. At ABF.
You could be right. I don't know exactly how it works at ABF exactly because Yola is the first actually LTL company actually was a driver at. Like I said, I was a mechanic at FedEx Freight. I was not a driver. I was a mechanic. So I don't really know how other LTL drivers work. I know like Old Dominion and Estes. I know they hook their own set.
Our yard dogs, our yard guys, they end up hooking them up in Dallas. But when you're at other terminals doing a line haul, you got to hook them up yourself and break them down.
That's what I thought you got to do. That's what most companies do it that way. You got to hook it up yourself and break them down. But YOLO, no. Now I'm gonna say this: if you go to a small YOLO terminal, if there's no hostler, nobody there, then you have to do it yourself. Then you got to hook your own set. But if you go to a big terminal, or even if the small terminal have a hostler, they have to hook it. If any terminal you go to has a hostler, they have to hook your set. If they don't hook your set, you can file agreements on them, and you get paid. You can file a 4-hour agreements on them, so you get paid 4 hours plus however it takes you long it takes you to hook the set. So, like I said, they
Damn.
throw away money. Yeah, because it happened to me in St. Louis and Fort Worth, Texas. They supposed to hook my set before I got there, and they went home. They didn't hook my set, so I filed agreements on them. So they had to pay me 4 hours plus 45 minutes to hook the set. So I got paid 4 hours and 45 minutes to hook the set. It took me 45 minutes to hook the set. So that's what I'm saying when YOLO throw away money. But anyways, my son coming in the garage. He ready for his bath, so I'm gonna have to go.
I can hear it. Ding, 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 ding.
He came here with me. I got to take him a bath. He ready for this bath. So I'll holler at y'all boys later. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. See you next time,
All
Jay.
right,
Nice meeting you, man.
later.
Next time. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. I'm about to go ahead and head out in this stream. Peace out, y'all. I'm about to go.